area is the amount of square units covering the surface. For area, a square, we would take side times the side. For a rectangle, we usually think of it as length times width. Here's our formula, length times width. So why do we need area? Well, area is useful for finding how much paint you need to buy to cover the surface of a wall, or carpeting for your floor, or even how much seed you need to cover all the square footage of a yard. What's the area of this rectangle if the length is 18 and the width is 14? So for area, you're taking length times the width. 18 times 14 is 252. And a really important point here is that we found the square inches, or inches squared. So it's going to take 252 square inches to cover the area of this rectangle. Remember, you're counting all the little squares that cover that surface. So pause the video and give this one a go. What's the area of the rectangle if it's 24 feet by 11 feet? Using your formula for area, we have length times width. 24 times 11 is 264. And again, it's very important to remember that we're actually counting all of the square units that cover that surface. So it is feet squared, or square feet. You're going to need 262 square feet to cover the area of that rectangle. Let's throw in some variables and see what happens. To find the area, we would have the length of x times the width of 5 plus x, or vice versa if you'd rather have it the other way around. So what we're using here is the distributive property. And we're taking x times the first term of 5 to get 5x, and then x times the second term of x to get x squared. X times x is, yes, x squared, just like 5 times 5 would be 5 squared, or 25. So here the area is 5x plus x squared, and we can't simplify it any further because those two are not like terms. So find the area of this rectangle. Go ahead and pause the video. So you would have written that the area is length times width, so x times 8 plus x. We have to put the 8 plus x in parentheses because that is one side of our rectangle. And then we're using that distributive property to take x times 8, which is 8x, and x times x, which is x squared. And we bring down our plus sign. So the area is 8x plus x squared, and no, we can't simplify it any further because they are not like terms. And just to clarify, they're not like terms. Even though one's an x and one's an x squared, they are very different because they have different exponents. This is an x to the power of 1, and the other is x to the power of 2.